You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. Culips.com. Hello, everyone. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Kassy.
And you're listening to Culips. Good morning, Kassy.
Good morning, Andrew.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well, too. I have an email that I want to share with you right off the start here, Kassy, because it's about you.
About me?
Yeah.
What?
You know, every episode we ask our listeners to send us an email, and from time to time you guys do. So this is great. And we got one in our inbox recently from Ryoya from Japan. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But Ryoya says, Dear Culips, thank you for your very interesting and useful podcasts. I listen to them literally every day wherever I go in Toronto. So I guess this listener is living in Toronto. And the email goes on, I'm a fan of you guys, especially Kassy. Yay, Kassy. So you have a fan. So I'd appreciate it if you could tell me which episodes have Kassy in them and where I can listen to Kassy's voice anywhere else. If not, please ask her to have her own podcast or something. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Ryoya, thank you so much.
Yeah, so Ryoya, we are recording several episodes here today with Kassy, so you will be able to hear more of her coming up in the future. And this year, Kassy, we'd like to try and get you back onto Culips as much as we can. Whenever we're in the same place, we usually record, right? So, yeah.
I love being here, so anytime.
Yeah, that's great. And Kassy, we have an interesting episode topic today that you have prepared for us.
Yes, I read an article recently called 12 Ways to Shake Up Your Life.
12 Ways to Shake Up Your Life. So we're going to talk about that topic today. But just before we do, I'd like to let everyone know about the study guide for this episode. It's available for download on our website, culips.com, and it's got lots of awesome things that will help you get the most out of this episode. So if you'd like to download the study guide and follow along with us while you're listening here today, we'd recommend that you do that, and you can download it from culips.com. So Kassy, 12 things you can do to shake up your life. And maybe we should start by talking about shake up.
Yeah.
What does it mean to shake up your life?
If your life is, kind of same old, every day is the boring routine, you're feeling a little bit like you're in a rut, right?
Yeah, like things are a little bit boring and stale and just not too interesting.
Yeah, then you can use one of these 12 things that I've been reading about to shake up your life, make it more interesting, exciting.
Yeah, exactly. This is what shake up means. It means to change things, to make them fresh and new and exciting.
Yeah.
We won't have time to go through all 12 items on the list today, but why don't you select some that you want to talk about? What is the first one?
Okay, the first one maybe isn't so great for you introverts out there.
Okay.
You can get outside of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. The first one is to go to lunch with someone you barely know.
To go to lunch with someone you barely know. So, okay. This kind of makes me feel scared because I think I'm a little bit introverted.
I actually did this recently and it was fantastic.
Okay. So who was this person that you barely knew? Was it like a work colleague or somebody you had just met recently?
So I have a very tiny private tutoring business in my town, and this woman was looking for someone to take over one of her students' classes. She's also a English tutor.
Okay.
She's from the US, but she's Korean American, and she has had the most amazingly cool, crazy life.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into detail, but
Sure.
hearing about her life and meeting someone just out of the blue, I had no idea she was like that, and just eating lunch with her and hearing her stories made me feel so inspired to follow some of her exciting adventures and like experience them for my own.
Wow. Okay. So that's a totally new experience that you never would have had. Maybe you wouldn't have been inspired in this way had you not had lunch with this woman.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So maybe I should try it.
You definitely should.
I'll have to go through my acquaintances and find somebody that I barely know. I guess you could also interpret this as meeting somebody new, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, hanging out and making a new friend. This is always good.
And they don't even have to be someone that you'll see again necessarily.
Right.
It could be someone, you meet in the subway who's not creepy. Mm-hmm. You have lunch, you learn things about each other, and then you part ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, I like it. What is the next item on the list?
The next one is to take a different route on your way to work.
Take a different route or take a different route on your way to work. And you're right there, Kassy. There's two ways that we can say this word, right? I think I have no preference. Sometimes I say route, sometimes I say route. How about you?
Same. I prefer route, maybe, I guess.
Okay. R-O-U-T-E is the spelling. And this just means take a different path or a different way to go to work or school or wherever you're going. Mm-hmm. I like this one.
Yeah, one time I did this and I found the most delicious, amazing pizza shop.
Okay.
I never would have found it if I just kept going my same old routine.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't done this recently on my way to work, but I did do this recently on my way to the subway station. I took a new route to the subway station, which is about, 10-minute walk from my house, a little under 10 minutes. And when I was doing this, I found an LP bar. In Korea, there are LP bars, which are kind of little bars where they have lots of vinyl records and you can go and listen to old music. And I love old music and old things. I never would have known about this place. I haven't visited it yet, but it's now on my radar as someplace I want to go and check out next time I'm in the mood to listen to some old music on vinyl.
Yeah, the things that you can stumble upon just by changing a tiny little thing in your routine is mind-boggling.
I heard that this is also a good strategy to ward off Alzheimer's and forgetfulness.
How so?
It's just good to not be into the same habit where you can be mindless. If you're always kind of having to pay attention to things and be aware of your surroundings, it can, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I read this somewhere online that it's a good strategy for fighting dementia.
I could believe it.
Yeah, it seems good to me. I don't know if you'd have enough different ways to go to work that you could do a different way every day, but you could maybe have, 5 or 6 different paths that you alternate between. Mm-hmm. Sounds cool. What about the next one?
Another one is to photograph your city. But this doesn't mean taking random pictures. It means focusing on really unique or minor details. Like I had a professor in university who made us take 10-second videos of one location every day for a month and see how it changes.
Okay.
I think this is to make you more aware of your surroundings.
Okay, so it's kind of photography project to photograph your city. Interesting. Yeah. I have an acquaintance on Facebook, and last year he had the New Year's resolution to take one photo every day and upload it. And at first I thought this was a stupid resolution. well, your New Year's resolution is to be more active on social media. Most people have the opposite, right? They want to be less active on social media.
That's right.
His resolution was to be more active on social media and take one photo every day and upload it. But to tell you the truth, I really enjoyed it because it seems like these days a lot of people are withdrawing from social media, or the things that they post are very superficial. It's not personal things, but he went really personal and uploaded pictures about his city, but also his relationship to the city and his family and friends and stuff. And I really enjoyed actually following it over the course of the year.
Yeah, and then when you have a mission like that, you realize, if you do your same old quote unquote boring routine, there's nothing to post about, right?
Right.
So you're on a mission every day to find at least one unique thing to put on your social media, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think it was a cool project. I don't know if I will do it myself, but I enjoyed looking at his uploads over the course of the last year. I wonder, we're just in a brand new year here, 2020. I'll have to see if he continues into the next year. I have a feeling he's just ready to stop.
It is a lot of work.
I think it was a lot of work for him. Yeah, but he kept it up. So that's cool. What about any other items on the list? Are there some other ones that you thought were cool?
I guess we can talk about one more, which
Okay.
I also really love. And it's to learn something new and something random.
Something new and something random, like every day?
No, but it could be doing a new hobby. But I recommend picking something completely out of your comfort zone that you could never really imagine yourself trying to do.
Okay.
Like, for example, maybe if you are into sports, you could try knitting. Or if you're into knitting, you could try extreme sports.
Okay. Really toss it up and learn a new hobby that's really, really different from what you're used to.
Or if you're really into reading romance novels, you could read a thriller or sci-fi. Just expanding your horizons, expanding your mind.
Yeah, I think this is a great suggestion. And humans, we're creatures of habits. We tend to do the same things over and over. And an expression that you used earlier, we don't like to get outside of our comfort zones too much. We have this little bubble that's comfortable and nice.
Yeah, we're like turtles, in our shell.
In our shell. And when we think about going outside of our shell, it's a little bit scary. And yeah, I've thought about doing this. One thing that I'm really, 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 really bad at is anything to do with visual art. So like drawing or anything to do with creating art at all. Pottery, anything like this is bad. So I thought about maybe trying to take up drawing and practice sketching.
You should definitely do it. Especially in this city, you could find a class for anything.
If you had to choose a new hobby, what would you do?
I love this podcast, but I'm actually a little bit terrified of public speaking. Being behind a microphone anonymously over, radio or podcast is so different than being in front of a big audience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think I would try, maybe Toastmasters or stand-up comedy, which I'd be terrible at. But, the best part would be laughing at myself and having others laugh at me, grow my self-esteem or lower it significantly.
That's a great one. Yeah, I think that would be good too. I've always been curious about doing stand-up comedy. I think it would be really, really hard. Maybe one of the hardest things that you could ever do is just go up onto a stage and try to make other people laugh.
Oh my God. I get the sweats just thinking about it.
Well, Kassy, thank you for sharing this list with us today. I think those are some great suggestions, but I'd also like to hear from our listeners. I'm wondering, guys, if you have any thoughts about how you could shake up your life, how you could make things more interesting and sort of break away from your routine. If you have any suggestions, or if you've done something maybe to shake up your life in the past, let us know about it. Send us an email. Our address is contact@culips.com. And we love it when you email us, so please send us a message. We are also all over the place on social media. We are on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and it would be cool if you follow us and support us that way. You can just search for the Culips English Podcast to do so. And once again, the study guide for this episode is on our website, culips.com. So check it out and give that study guide a download. That's it for us today. We'll be back soon with another brand new episode, and we will talk to you then. Goodbye.
See ya.